Hi everyone, happy Tuesday, Dwana Olson here, and I just realized that I'm a bit early, so I am going to hang out for just a second, talk about this awesome pink little tent that my daughter got for her 5th birthday. Very excited. And the latest cool thing is that the dog apparently smells the kids from their playtime in the tent, and he likes to go in there and have some fun with it, don't you, JJ? Yeah, he does. So while people are jumping on, I am going to share with you this because I think it's very important. It's about investing in yourself. I, from head to toe, was completely worked over by the masseuse. I totally believe that a good masseuse is someone that you can walk in and not tell them anything about yourself, where you're hurting, and just say, just give me a head to toe. And they find every single part of your body that needs to be worked on and tweaked and rubbed, maybe a little bit firmer here, a little less firm here, and she did all of that. So she's my go-to girl. She's amazing. So the encouragement, guys, is to invest in yourself without it being food related. So for me, I love getting massages. There's something about just getting buck naked on a table and not worrying about anything, not being judged, no matter what you look like under that sheet and that blanket. It is such a rewarding treat for yourself versus having it be food or ice cream related, and I'm working on that as well. But just investing in yourself when it comes to massage and just getting that reward of feeling good in your own skin and just the way you feel after you're done. So definitely drinking lots of water. How's my timing? Okay, lots of water to recover because that's good. And also I did this before the race. I wanted all of my muscles to be ready to go. I did some sauna time. The girl who I'm watching for Run Motivation, she's been sending emails to all the rest of us that are doing the marathon together and giving us tips on what we can do to help us not die and to enjoy the process a little bit come race day on Sunday. So all right, it is 12:30. So thanks for those of you who have already joined. And if I fail to say this, if any of this content, because it's incredible content, if it motivates you or inspires you and there's someone in your life that you feel would just benefit so greatly from it, please feel free to share. This is what I do as a coach working from home. I no longer have a boss. I am my own boss. So my coach and my mentor gives me different things to do and work on. And the thing that I'm working on currently is watching a series of videos, sharing what I'm getting out of it so that I can become a better leader. So the gentleman that did this training today, his name is Craig Holiday. And I have to say this too, because there are so many self-help motivational speakers out there. There's Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn. There's a ton of them out there. I totally believe that there's not just one specific one that'll reach or touch everyone's life. I feel like that's why live videos with Facebook are so powerful now, because people are following other people that they relate to, people they trust, people who are in a similar circumstance. I know that's why I love following people that I gravitate towards and who motivate me and inspire me. So this gentleman, Craig Holiday, did a fantastic job. So the video today was about the first 5 points in leadership and what you can do to become a better leader yourself. The reason that this was so impactful to me is because I wholeheartedly believe if you want to change your life for the better or get out of a funk or change the negative situation, it has to start with you. You have to lead yourself. If I had not led myself, I would still be laying on the couch sucking my thumb after my son passed. If I had not led myself, I would never have put myself out there to become a coach. If I had not led myself, I know that I would still be on several different medications for anxiety and depression. I had to lead myself to make a decision to start exercising again. I had to lead myself to share what I'm going through in an effort to inspire other people, other women who've lost their babies, other parents who've had to go through infant loss and that struggle, other men and women who are struggling with depression. That takes leadership from within. So super passionate about doing this video today. I was so fired up by everything that I heard. And today's video is going to be the first 3 tips. There's a total of 10. I got 5 today, but I'm not going to overwhelm everyone. So just the first 3. And then I will share, I have another video to watch, and then I will share the last 2 from this video and then progress into the other. So if you're a note taker, I highly encourage you to take notes because, again, it's just incredible content. And the reason I wanted to do this video is to inspire and motivate people to make positive changes in their life. So with all that being said, the first point that he made was the importance of being a leader. is to do more than your team does, or if you're a manager, to do more than your department is doing, or if you're managing a group of people, more than your team. You have to be a leader in that you are showing them the work that is involved every single day. You have to show up before everyone else and show that you are getting down in the trenches with them. You're rolling up your sleeves and you're not afraid to get dirty. You're not afraid to fail. You have to show them. And a really cool analogy he used is when you're out on, let's say you're in the middle of the jungle in Costa Rica. You don't want to be the travel agent that booked and told you where to go. You want to be the tour guide, because people trust tour guides more than they trust a travel agent. The tour guide has been in the trenches. They know how to use the machete and chop down the leaves. They know where to go and where to avoid wild animals or danger or anything of that sort. So I love that. That's what it means to be a leader, is you have to know what it feels like when you're asking someone else to do what you're asking them. I translated that into what I do as an instructor, what I do as a coach. It's not fair for me to ask my participants or my team to do stuff that I'm not willing to do myself. So that's first and foremost, is in order to be a leader, you have to be willing to do more than your team and help them discover fulfillment. So when I heard that little blurb, help your team discover fulfillment, it made me think of how hard life is, how hard it is to start exercising, how hard it is to go talk to a doctor or a therapist about the way you're feeling, how hard it is to talk to your family, for goodness sakes, right? Your husband, your wife, your kids, if it's age appropriate, about what you're going through. And how I translated that was, I was listening to the call from my desk. And for those, if you've watched my videos before, my desk has all of my medals and my bibs from all of my races ever since I started running. And running is hard, but the fulfillment I get out of running is less hard. Teaching classes on a regular basis, learning the material, making sure I'm motivating, making sure I'm showing good form, making sure that I'm kicking butt out there with them is hard, but the fulfillment I get out of teaching classes is way less hard. Coaching at Orange Theory now, understanding the workouts, understanding how my participants are going to be challenged, and making sure I'm on top of my timing. That's hard. Picking a playlist that's going to appease everyone, that's hard. But the fulfillment is less hard. That's what you do as a leader. You help them, show them the way, but you also help them find fulfillment in what they're doing, so that it then becomes more of them. Their essence is changing so that they can continue on that path versus them solely relying on you. They will always be a part of your life, right, as a leader, but instead of them solely relying on you, you have now taught them how to get fulfillment out of what they're doing, which will then gradually help create a bigger leader type of mindset within them. So I thought that was super cool. The second point is a leader pursues change. A leader is obsessed with change. They are never satisfied with where they're at. And, I watch a lot of different coaches. I like watching people in general. And I am very thankful that I am the type of person that is very content with what I have materially. My husband, on the same boat. I feel so blessed to have found someone that we have a good grasp of what's most important, and it's not having stuff. So with that being said, I had to throw that little caveat in there. When you're pursuing something greater, when you're pursuing change, it doesn't necessarily have to be you're looking for the bank account or the car or the house or the lavish trips. It doesn't necessarily have to translate to that. Change can be the mindset, which I'm first and foremost about that because of everything I've been through. So I loved how he talked about how you have to be obsessed with change. A big piece of how I was able to change was, number one, being completely transparent and open with what I'm going through, talking through it, not keeping it inside. The other piece is personal development. And it's such a cheesy word. I wish there was another way for me to say self-help books or personal development, but just growth books, change your life books, change your mindset books. Those have been so impactful to me because it's a way of looking at the world and the struggles of life through someone else's eyes, someone else who has kind of gone through it. Some of them are crazy cheesy, yes, but there are so many. And if you're looking for recommendations, comment here or just message me after, and I can give you some that I've read that have deeply touched me, that will help you get out of where you're at in your head. And what was the quote? So you can't outdream your self-esteem. I love that because to me, it really is a mindset. Whatever you're looking to do, getting out of the dead end job, or you hate where you're at in life, if you just stay stuck, but you're not doing anything to help change your mindset about what you're going through, it's going to be really hard for you to make that positive change. So be obsessed with change. He uses this analogy too. He says this is Craig Holiday, when he was going through his transformation and following someone else, he was being mentored. The people that were closest to him, his family, his friends, and his coworkers were telling him he was being brainwashed. All this, it's propaganda. You're being brainwashed. And he said, yeah, I need my brain washed. I'm working in construction. I am so tired. I drop F-bombs every other word because I'm just angry and unhappy. I need my brain washed. Love that. I thought that was so brilliant. It could be a very good thing if you're following someone and being mentored by someone that you know has your best interests in heart, that you trust them, and that you've seen them by their example walking the talk, right? They are living what they are promoting. They are inspiring through their actions and not just by their words. So brainwashing can be a very good thing. I really love that. He also talked about under the point of a leader pursues change is when it comes to you, think about your own goals, think about what you want. If you need to be motivated, then you don't want it bad enough. If you say to yourself, oh, I'll lose the weight, I just need someone to motivate me, you don't really want to lose the weight. Or you're fearful of the steps it'll take to lose the weight, but you don't really want to lose the weight. If you say out loud, I just need someone to motivate me to go for the job, to go for the guy, to get that paycheck, whatever. So I love that as well. He talked about you can inspire people can inspire you, but if your bar is not set high enough already and you need someone else to come into your life and motivate you to go get what you want, then you really don't want it. Brilliant. I love that. When you're comfortable with who you are, you're never uncomfortable with who you're not. So this just ties back into you have to be working on growth. You have to be constantly changing. I've never come across any situation, guys, where that was a bad thing. Everyone that I know that is constantly working on themselves, always sharing positive, motivational type of content on social media, complaining about life, but in a way that they understand what they need to do to kind of correct it and fix it, and then sharing that as well versus just, I don't even have an example right now, but you know who they are, right? The ones that are out there that are just, nothing is ever right. They will never win. Everything's just bad all the time. It's just really hard to be around those type of people on a constant basis. On the flip side, think about the type of energy that people who are constantly working on themselves and working on growth, sharing their struggles, sharing their successes, not being afraid to share when they fail and they're face planting into nachos when they're supposed to be on a clean eating diet. Whatever it is, those are the people that I love following people like that. They inspire me so much. So if you think about the two scenarios, which one would you prefer? Which one inspires you to want to change your life for the better? On the flip side, which one inspires you to feel stuck and to stay exactly where you are because, well, I guess this is what life's supposed to be like for everyone. So if they're okay with it, then I'm just going to be okay with it. No. All right. Number 3 was a good leader communicates vision. The verbiage he used was, our path is the way we travel. Our vision is where we travel. I like this one too because I'm thinking about my Alaska cruise that I'm going to do with my family this year. And the fact that I am home with my children instead of working full time. And the fact that I was able to leave my full-time job because of this opportunity with Beachbody. Doing something that I'm passionate about and I love. And the bigger piece to me is no matter what you're doing in life or whatever you're passionate about, I hope it's joyful. I hope that it's something that you know that you were meant to do. These past, I don't know, maybe the past full year, that I've felt that in my heart more so than I have in previous years, that I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I am living my purpose. Oh, I'm just trying so hard not to get emotional. Woo. Living my purpose and thankful. Oh, so unprofessional. Sorry, guys. Start talking about the Alaska cruise and then the Disney cruise last year. All right, back on. back on. Where you travel, vision helps you to persevere, and it gives you confidence to push through when life does get hard. Vision helps you to speak on your passion, and it also gives you compassion to share with others. So Craig Holiday actually started crying at this point in the video, because you could just tell like he's super passionate about it as well. But people in general are hopeless, and they need someone to trust. They need someone that they can believe in to help lead them through bad marriages or divorce or losing a child or being broke. And then he said, which I thought was awesome, he says, if there's any of you out there that are broke, like that's your dilemma in life, is you're broke. I want you to get down on your knees, and I want you to say a prayer that your child doesn't have cancer, or it's perspective, right? If being broke is the hardest thing in your life, you should be so grateful for everything else that you have. And I'm going to end with this because I thought it was so cool when he was talking about vision. His vision was to advance within his company. His vision was to create a bigger picture for him and his family. And he wrote down his goals, which is so important to do, right? Writing down your goals. And now I just look like Gene Simmons. That's so rad. Writing down your goals. But how do you make those goals once they're written more impactful? So what he did, so powerful, he wanted to be recognized by his peers and his mentor, and he wanted the Rocky theme song playing. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, is that Rocky? Yeah, that's the Rocky one, right? He wanted that song to be playing while he was recognized. And he didn't say how many months out that was, but what he did every day when he woke up is he played that Rocky song. Before he went to sleep, he played the Rocky song. The next day, he played the Rocky song. And then at night, played the Rocky song over and over and over. Ask me if he got that recognition. Ask me if he achieved exactly what he wanted when he wanted it in that time. Super powerful, because it just, to me, that speaks to very simple time management type of things, like repetition and making sure that you're doing things on a daily basis to help you hit your goals and all that kind of stuff. But I think the power of him sharing that with a leadership type of webinar that he was doing was just such a great way to sum up. That's what we all want. We all want to live happy, fulfilling lives and not stress about money. I could care less about being rich. I don't want to have to stress about money. If I want to go on an Alaska cruise, if I want to go to Mexico, whatever, if I want to go out to eat, I mean, simple things, I don't want to have to stress about having the money to do that. So the fact that he shared that, his vision, and how permanent and how important he made that vision with something music, and plus I'm a singer, so I love music. That to me just really spoke to me. And I know there's so many people out there that they just have that one thing. They're sitting on that dream or that decision or that choice because of fear or lack of confidence or lack of support or all of the above. But just having something like that music, that song, that soundtrack playing, that in his mind was the theme of his success. And him playing that on a daily basis was exactly what he needed to help drive the daily activities that were going to get him to the end result. So I just thought that was super powerful. All right, now that I'm all good, I'm going to scroll and just make sure I don't have any questions or any... oh, it's so cool. Thank you, Erica. Thank you so much. I'm actually really excited. So I think it was the food, the fact that every mile people are handing out food and red vines, and I'm like, that's my jam right there. So my goal is to kick butt too this weekend. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this stuff is very important to me because of how much my life has changed for the better because of finding the leader within myself and not giving up when it gets hard, failing forward, sharing what I'm going through so that other people through their own journey can motivate me to pick myself back up and keep going strong. We all matter. Again, sorry for the tears. Oh, passionate. All right, and I will let you guys know when I'm doing part 2. Again, if any of these 3 tips helped you, motivated you in some way, or inspired you, feel free to share if you know someone that could benefit from it. That helps me as a coach and a leader too, when I hear people tell me how my journey has inspired them to want to do more, to want to live a bigger life, and just find their joy again. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon.